Texas Tech Athletics celebrated the first steps towards one of the biggest additions to the basketball program in almost 3 decades. Coming up, we'll have the sights and sounds from this historic event.
The spring semester is underway, and in groups are already filling the calendar with events to educate students and show off their skills. Find out what's happening around campus and how you can get involved next.
And after a 3-game losing streak, the men's basketball team is attempting to get back on track as they continue in conference play. MCTV's Paige Sachse will have a look at what's next for the Red Raiders along with other headlines from Tech Athletics and Sports.
This is the MCTV Weekday Update.
Welcome to the Monday edition of the MCTV Weekday Update. I'm Aditya Sahasrabudhe and you can call me AD.
And I'm Jessica Riley. 30 years ago this October, the United Supermarkets Arena opened here on campus. That facility gave Tech's basketball programs a new home and years of historic teams that left their mark on campus.
That's right, Jessica. And on Friday, a special ceremony was held in the USA to recognize those years of history and officially break ground on the next addition to the program, the Womble Basketball Center.
This facility that we're going to break ground on today is as bold and as promising as the future of Texas Tech Athletics. And we have a bold and promising future to be the very best in the country, and we embrace that and work towards that each and every day.
We couldn't be more excited and more grateful for this new practice facility. And it's really going to provide just a first-class atmosphere for our current student athletes, our future student athletes, and even our former student athletes who will always have an open invitation to come back.
When we look back one day, this will be one of the biggest monumental things that ever happened to Tech basketball. Some in my lifetime, going into the Southwest Conference, building the old Coliseum, the impact of being in the Big 12, the impact of building the USA that we're all in right now. And I think this Womble will be in the same platform and neighborhood in terms of impacting our program.
I can't tell you how much this university means to me. Alicia and I met here as freshmen on a blind date. I got my education here. It really laid the foundation for me to have some success in business. Alicia and I and my family did not do this for recognition. We really did it as an opportunity to give back to the university and to really try to give something that in some way repays all it's meant to us in our time.
The strength of Texas Tech is our people and our teammates and our donors. We celebrate today. We say thank you. You're the backbone of this athletics department. You continue to lift us on your shoulders time and time again, and thank you for making this day possible. It is a great day to be a Red Raider. Guns up. Thank you.
The spring semester is in full swing, and that means groups around campus are starting to hold a variety of events. Last week, one of those events gave members of Tech community the chance to show off their creativity and win some money. On Friday, the Department of Psychological Sciences held their annual Diversity in Art Fair and Contest. That event took place in the Psychological Sciences Building, room 301. Over the last couple months, the department put out a call for work, and anyone in the tech community could submit their creations for a chance to win $200. The submissions on display included paintings, drawings, and other 2D art. At the end of the contest, 3 pieces were chosen as the winners of the year's art fair, and those pieces will be framed and displayed in the Psychological Sciences Building. The Diversity in Art Fair and Contest is held each spring.
Also last week, another event here on campus gave students the chance to take time out of their schedule and honor a man who changed the course of the American history. On Tuesday, the 2019 edition of Tech's MLK Celebration took place on the 2nd floor of the sub. The day-long event included multiple sessions and activities to celebrate the legacy of Dr. Martin Luther King, Jr. Monday's celebration started with a legacy march in the morning, followed by a mini-movie marathon, a panel discussion, and several breakout sessions featuring guest speakers. All of the sessions focused on the civil rights movement and the effect Dr. King's activism had on our world. Monday's event was sponsored by University Student Housing, the Office of LGBTQIA, and the Division of Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion. Lubbock's weather conditions have been unusually predictable over the last few weeks. Conditions have been cool, dry, and windy for much of January.
That's true, AD. The only notable change has been the high temperature each day, which has usually dropped into the 50s or 60s. But some changes in the forecast should lead to some colder days as we finish out the month. Let's take a look at the MCTV forecast. The MCTV tower cam is currently showing partly cloudy skies this afternoon. Windy conditions have kept clouds moved in and out of the area throughout the day. The wind also kept temperatures cooler today, with highs only reaching into the upper 40s overnight. The temperatures will stay cool with lows expected to drop into the low 20s. After midnight tomorrow, we can expect similar weather with another day of temperatures in the 30s and 40s. We'll also see more clouds tomorrow, but winds should be a little lighter. Wednesday morning, we'll see another cold start today along with heavy cloud cover. But around noon, the clouds will begin to move out of the area and we should see sunny skies the rest of the day. The return of the sun will also bring some warmer temperatures, with highs expected to climb above 50 degrees. Heading into Thursday, we'll continue to see sunny skies and even warmer temperatures. Thursday's high is expected to reach the upper 60s, making for a nice, mild afternoon. After sunset, we'll see a drop in temperatures back into the 30s, but we may stay above freezing for the first time in more than a week. Looking ahead, more sun and warmer temperatures should bring spring-like conditions into the forecast just in time for the weekend.
And as we mentioned earlier, the university calendar is starting to fill up the events happening around campus. And if you are looking for options for your extra time, there are several activities happening this week. Let's take a look at the MCTV events calendar. If you have an interest in dance and would like to be a part of history, One Campus Group has a unique option for you. Starting tonight, Tech Kahani will be holding tryouts for the university's first co-ed Bollywood dance team. The tryouts will be held tonight and tomorrow at 9 p.m. in the Rec Center's LLMP room. The tryouts are open to all students who have experience or interest in Bollywood dance. For more information on tonight's event, visit facebook.com/techkahani.
If you're looking for a fun escape from campus, another campus organization has a free option that will have you jumping for joy. On Wednesday, the Student Activities Board will be hosting their Jump into the New Year event at the Altitude Trampoline Park starting at 7 p.m. Any student with a Tech ID can head into the trampoline park and get in free. Altitude features 20,000 square feet of trampolines, foam pits, and much more. Altitude Trampoline Park is located at 4525 Milwaukee Avenue, just north of the Canyon West Shopping Center. For more information on Wednesday's event, visit sab.ttu.edu.
Also on Wednesday, if you are a Human Sciences student or maybe thinking about switching your major, plan on stopping by Human Sciences Day. Human Sciences Day will be held from 10 a.m. to noon in the Canyon Room in the Human Sciences building. During the event, students can stop by and learn about on-campus resources, meet members of student organizations, and even grab some free snacks. Human Sciences Day is free and open to all students.
The Texas Tech men's basketball team had already had a busy year. After starting conference play on January 2nd, the team has already played 6 Big 12 teams in a non-conference game.
With that busy of a record, has Tech been able to maintain its national ranking? MCTV's Paige Sachse has a look at the Red Raiders' most recent contest and what's up next in conference play. Paige?
Thanks, AD and Jessica. Lots to update on Texas Tech basketball. Men's basketball is now 4-3 in conference play, coming off a tough 3-game losing streak. The team stepped it up on Saturday in a throwback Southwest Conference game against the Arkansas Razorbacks. Davide Moretti finished with a career high of 21 points. Jarrett Culver had a great game as well, shooting 15 points in the game and finishing 4 for 5 on perimeter shots, as well as 4 assists and 3 steals. Tyreek Owens and Matt Mooney also have been named to the Naismith Defensive Player of the Year watch list, another notable achievement to add to the list. Tech will return to action for a red-out game against TCU tonight at 8 p.m. in the USA. The Lady Raider basketball team broke 2 school records on Saturday, but unfortunately came up short 78-72 against the Texas Longhorns. Chrislyn Carr and Sydney Goodson combined for 5 of the 7 made three-pointers in the first quarter. True freshman Chrislyn Carr led the team in 23 points, marking her 6th 20-point game this season. Despite the score, Brittany Brewer had a great game as well, scoring 13 points with 4 rebounds for her 17th double-digit point game of the season. Sydney Goodson finished with 13 points and Erin DeGreat had 11 points and 6 rebounds. The Lady Raiders moved to 10-9 on the season and 1-7 in conference. They traveled to Ames, Iowa on Tuesday for a tough matchup against the ranked number 20 Iowa State at 6:30. On to some more news for both men's and women's basketball teams. Texas Tech broke ground on the Womble Basketball Center Friday afternoon. The two basketball programs will move their day-to-day operations to the center when it's finished, with state-of-the-art athletic training facilities and strength and conditioning areas for both programs. Spring sports are getting into full swing, and both men's and women's tennis are starting off strong. The men's team started out the season in Tulsa, Oklahoma, defeating both Bryant University and the University of Tulsa. The team returns home for a doubleheader against Lamar University and the New Mexico Lobos, improving their undefeated streak to 4-0. Tech defeated Lamar 7-0 and New Mexico 4-0. Tommy Milnikov receives a Big 12 Player of the Week honor after defeating a top 25 opponent, and the Red Raiders headed to Florida for a tough ITA kickoff against top 25 ranked teams Florida State and Tennessee. Unfortunately, Tech fell short to both teams, but looked to improve their record in Dallas against A&M on Friday. Women's tennis starts the season off strong with a win against SMU in Dallas. The Lady Raiders improved to 2-0 with their home opener against the Wyoming Cowgirls by a score of 4-0. The number 38 doubles team of Felicity Maltby and Nell Miller sealed the doubles point against the Cowgirls and finished the day off strong with great singles performances by Lana Rush, Kennedy Bridgeforth, and Anto Stoica. Next up, the Lady Raiders travel to Atlanta to take on Georgia Tech on January 30th. The Red Raider track team concluded a strong weekend in the Texas Tech Classic, wrapping up with 2 personal bests in the most competitive meet ever. Shanae Okoronkwo continued to impress in the pole vault events. The Wisconsin transfer marked a 14-foot, 2-inch vault, placing 4th in the Texas Tech history, and put Shanae at a national ranking of 7th. Another name to watch out for is O'Dane Lewis, who long jumped for 26 feet to win the men's section, barely edging out another Red Raider, Charles Brown. They both currently sit comfortably at the top of the Big 12 by nearly a foot. Tech's third win of the day came from Zaria Willis and Syri Virgo, jumping 5 feet and 11.5 inches and 6 feet and 1.5 inches. Tech's track team received several program top 10 times in both short and long distance runs as well. Tech looks forward to a 2-day meet next weekend. Baseball season is back as their first spring practice took place last Friday, and the team has been ranked in the top 5 in 4 different preseason polls. Taking a look at the 2019 preseason schedule, Tech baseball is stacked with impressive teams from last year. The Red Raiders have 13 non-conference games versus Power 5 teams, 4 games against 2018 Super Regional teams, and 2 games against 2018 College World Series teams. A very impressive schedule to look forward to. The season starts off against the Oregon Ducks on February 15th for a 4-game series at 2 p.m. For more news and upcoming events on sports, make sure you check out texastech.com. Back to you, AD and Jessica.
Thanks, Paige. So Jessica, how was your holiday break?
It was great, very busy. How was your holiday break?
It was amazing. That's all for today's edition of the MCTV Weekday Update.
Thanks so much for joining us, and be sure to check ttuhub.net every day for more news. We'll see you next week.